Hi, Port Orange Tigers. This is a lesson about feet fish and how to turn a print or an outline of your foot into a fun fish. Just kind of something fun to do, especially in the warmer months. And you don't have to actually paint your foot and make a print of it. You can just stand on top of a piece of paper and trace around your foot. So I'm going to show you right now how to turn your foot into a fish. I usually like to use the wider part of the foot, the front of the foot for his head, and the heel for the tail because it's bigger and gets smaller. And this is kind of an imaginary fish. Don't worry about being too accurate with all of your parts. This is just something fun to do. So since this is the head, the first thing I'm going to do is add an eyeball up here. And when I do an eye, I do a circle and then a circle around it. Fish eyes sometimes look a little more realistic if you color in that circle. And behind the eyeball, I'm going to go ahead and add a gill plate. It is like a letter C, and if your fish is going the other way, your foot, you would do it backwards, letter C. So now we have an eye and a gill plate. And then here, I can do a creative mouth. There's lots of different ways. You can do a big kissy fish with big fish lips here. But since I have my toes open, I think this looks like it would be interesting if I did my mouth like this and maybe put some teeth on it. Now, just to keep the shape of our fish, I'm going to go ahead and just outline the foot. Yours would already look like this if you did not make a fish print. If you just outlined your foot, it would look the same. So next we're just going to add those various parts of our fish. The most important up top would be these dorsal fins. You can do one or two. A fin usually is just a triangle up at the top of your fish. So if you did a diagonal line back, maybe about 3 or 4 inches, your fish might be smaller because you have smaller feet. And then here I'm going to connect this fin back to the fish body. And you can give it a curve, make it interesting. You can do another fin. Here's another way you can do it, is a wiggly line back to meet the fish's body. And then under here, we're going to do another fin up near the fish's face. Sometimes the ones near the bottom of the fish in the front are a little pointier. Put some lines in there. And then back here, another fin. So now our fish has fins to steer, but he won't get far without a fish tail. So you can do your tail kind of depending on how much room you have. I don't have a whole lot of room right here, so I'm going to do a smaller fish tail. You can start by going from the back of wherever your heel is and go out, out. And then you can either go in to create a fork tail, or you can even just do that wiggly line here so it kind of looks like your fin up at the top. And there you have your, oh, I almost forgot. And the pectoral fin to help him steer. I like to call this the Nemo fin. And since I did these two kinds of fins, I'm going to do the same, out, out. And I'm going to connect it with a little wiggle. Add some texture lines. This guy's kind of funny. You can give him a goofy face since this is pretty much an imaginary fish anyway. On another version, instead of doing the open mouth, I did the fish lips here, and I did the split tail. So you can be very creative in how you want to finish your foot fish or your feet fish. You could add color all around. I use watercolor over top of this acrylic paint. You can color them with marker, put some bubbles up here, add some interesting shapes, but the natural outline of your foot makes a foot fish. Hope you have fun with this, and we'll see you next time.